proven to help you rise refreshed, which is awful.
For us, it's very good news for you.
What is that?
Don't click that. Don't click that.
Get off.
It's getting bigger.
Stop. You, stop.
Get small.
Victor Cabrera still out there with 41 pitches thrown through the first 2 innings and got roughed up there in the second for 3 runs and gave up 4 hits. Now he's facing Arias, who he walked last time up. 1-0 count here already to him. Changeup well outside. Now the 1-0 misses inside with the changeup. 2-0 the count here. 2-0 rather, will miss high, and now it's a 3-0 count here to Arias. And while he's not a guy you necessarily want to face, you also don't really want to put him on base. 3-0. And that's a 4-pitch walk to Arias here. He's walked on back-to-back appearances in the 3rd straight inning that the drive will get the first batter of the inning down to first base. Mason White will step up now. In the drive pin is Michael Samson warming up. Mason White, first pitch swinging. 0-1, the former Wildcat, the University of Arizona. Well known for their baseball there in Tucson as well as their basketball program. 0-1, hitting right off the top of the press box. Going down 0-2. We were close to our 3rd ball of the season coming in, as we've had one come into the radio booth, TV booth, I guess, and one into the actual command center as the 0-2. This one hit into shallow left. Doomy True coming in on it. Doomy True towards the line, able to record the out. 1 away. Arias goes back to first, and Mason White has flown out to left field back-to-back times. Nellie Taylor Jr. was up when the first ended. He struck out, but then Arias was caught stealing on a strike him out, throw him out situation. Lefty on lefty matchup. Pickoff move over to first. That's the first disengagement of the Taylor at bat, and Moss not even close to the bag to make any attempt at a tag. The pitch from Cabrera goes high, ball 1, a 1-0 count. Cabrera has only taken 4 losses in 4 seasons, including this one in the Pirates organization, as the 1-0 misses 2-0. He took 1 loss in 23 with the Dominican Summer League team, and 2 losses in 24 in the Florida Complex League, and so far just 1 loss this season. 2-0, well inside. 3-0 here to Taylor. But right now getting a little bit of a how do you do here in Game 1 in Greensboro. (3-0) to Taylor. And that's in there, 3-1. A slider that just barely caught the upper stripe of the zone. (3-1) pitch. And that one, a slider that is right into the zone. Now the count's gone full. This is what Taylor had last time when he struck out. Cabrera wipes the sweat off the top of his forehead. Gets the sign. And now the payoff pitch. Fouled, first base side. We'll do it again. Taylor, the number 17 prospect in the Red Sox organization. High strikeout, high walk victim with a .228 batting average. Payoff pitch again. This one pops up and sends it towards the Rotary Club playground there down the right field line. And that actually lands a little short of it. He'll have another payoff pitch. Taylor, 71 walks, 101 strikeouts on the season. Third payoff pitch of this AB. And he hits it foul, first base side again. Cabrera at 56 pitches. And this one will be his 9th of the AB. And here's another payoff pitch, and he gets him. Taylor has struck out for the second consecutive time. Cabrera had to work for it, but he eventually got it. 2 away, and Johan Fran Garcia, who singled to lead off the second, and then was scored on the 2-run homer by Friley Encarnacion. Cabrera sends the first pitch to him, and Encarnacion hits this one deep, and Encarnacion is going to leave the field. Over the 365 sign and left. Or sorry, rather, that is Garcia this time hitting the home run. He hits the second home run, Garcia does, for the drive. Both 2-run homers. He joins Encarnacion in that category. Garcia with 7 on the team season, now tying him for the high. That'll bring up Encarnacion. Hit the 2-run homer last time he was up. Garcia just hit one there. Let's see what he can do. It's an 0-1 count. It's 5-1. Greenville here. 0-1. This one a chopper third base side that goes foul. 0-2. Cabrera at 60 pitches. Cabrera had given up 4 home runs this season coming into this game. He has given up 2 already. 0-2 will miss 1-2. Cabrera sends the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He gets the strikeout, but he gives up 2 more in the top of the third. Hopper's down 5-1 going into the bottom 3. Michael Sansone out there now pitching. Sansone coming in, making his 13th appearance, has made 5 starts. He's got a 2-3 record and a 2.53 ERA. 46 and a third inning of work with a 240 batting average against a whip of 108. 42 hits, 13 runs. He has struck out 36 while walking 8 of the batters he has faced, which is 186. Connor Oliver is warming up in the Grasshoppers pen. Drohan's day is done. He went 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, and it was a home run. So it'd be 1 run and 1 earned. Did not walk anybody and struck out 3 Grasshoppers of the 7 he faced. Jared Jones up, and the first pitch from Sansone out there. And a miss ball, 1-1-0 count. Sansone waits and throws the 1-0 here, and Jones swings through his slider just barely in the upper part of the zone. Count is 1-1. One here to Jones, and he hits this one high into right field, but Taylor's only going to have to take a few steps back to catch this one for the first out. Jesus Castillo will step up now. As of this moment, we will take a look at the standings. Grasshoppers on top, 34-13, 3.5 games over Hudson Valley after the Renegade got no hit yesterday. Blue Claws 7.5 games back. Ironbirds 11.5 games back. Wilmington and Brooklyn 14 and 15 games back as the first pitch goes outside ball 1, a 1-0 count to Castillo. Flipping it over to the South standings here in the South Atlantic League after this 1-0 pitch, and Castillo pops it up. That one going into shallow right field where Taylor will catch that one as well. 2 away, and Will Taylor coming up now. And while Taylor makes his way to the bat, we'll go back to those South standings here, where it is Bowling Green, Greenville, and Hub City, all tied atop the South standings. Rome and Winston-Salem 4.5 games back, and Asheville 5.5 games back. Bowling Green has already clinched a playoff spot. They won the division in the first half, as Taylor is going to have to weigh a ball from the bullpen of the Grasshoppers, comes running down towards the plate. So he's going to have to wait for his pitch. So Bowling Green's already in the playoffs. It's down to Greenville and Hub City on who would be the second team representing. Taylor now awaiting the first pitch from Sansone, and he will take a pitch inside, ball 1, a 1-0 count. Taylor was a 3-pitch strikeout victim last time up, but made it a little fun by hitting a long foul ball and left for the first strike there. Here in this at-bat, it's 1-0. And that one will miss outside 2-0. Hoppers got to do a lot of work here on offense to try to pick up the starting pitcher, Cabrera. And Taylor, a little dribbler towards short. The third baseman, Encarnacion, will pick it up, and Taylor is out. 3 up, 3 down, go the Hoppers. Through 3, they've sent 10 to the plate, and they trail 5-1. Connor Oliver out there now as the long man comes in early here. For the Hoppers, it's the fourth, and he's facing Will Taylor. Oliver, a 4-2 record, making his 17th appearance, 37 2/3 inning of work, a whip of 164, and a batting average against a 225 as he faces Taylor here. That pitch goes high. His ERA is 5.50. He has given up 32 hits, 27 runs, 41 strikeouts, and 29 walks, 173 batters he's faced. 1-0. And the same exact spot with that pitch, 2-0. Cabrea's day is done. He went 3 innings, gave up 5 hits and 5 runs. As that one in there, 2-1 now. He walked 2 and struck out 4. He gave up his first professional multi-home run game through 62 pitches and faced 14 batters. As Turner went around at a slider. He thought it was going to be high, thought he held the bat back, but it didn't matter. It was right in the middle third of the zone. It's 2-2. And if you're the Hoppers at this point, you got to hope Connor Oliver can lock it down and your offense can get going. This one hit up the middle, though, and gets past the diving second baseman Castillo. So the fourth consecutive inning, the Drive get the leadoff guy on. 2 on a walk and 2 on a single. And bring up Justin Reamer. Reamer singled in the second. Then was out a part of a double play. Oliver, the lefty, throws home. And that will miss ball 1, a 1-0 count. Miami of Ohio product. Waits, and now fires the 1-0. That's way outside. 2-0 the count. Connor Oliver has made a few starts for the Grasshoppers already in this season. Then they've kind of worked him into a bullpen role as he finds the strike zone there, 2-1. Oliver was originally drafted by Kansas City and then traded to Pittsburgh on the 7th of April and last year. Counts 2-2. Was involved in a trade that sent Colin Shelby to the Royals. And is Reamer going to call his time here? Oliver about to throw his 10th pitch. His last year with the Red Hawks, he did finish second in the Mid-American Conference in strikeouts. He's trying to get one here. The pitch. That'll miss high. Now the counts run full. Oliver did make 6 starts, so him going with some distance, not necessarily a crazy thing to think. Payoff pitch, but not if you walk a guy after giving up a leadoff hit. A runner on first and second now. Juan Montero and Matt Myers again up and out of his seat. Grasshoppers just struggling here, pitching-wise, in this Sunday game. As we're nearing the hour mark here, I'll remind you that yesterday the Grasshoppers wore special uniforms on PMI night to honor fallen officer Michael Horan. Those uniforms are currently being auctioned off at gsohoppers.com/auction, where you can bid on all your favorite Hoppers game-worn jerseys. The proceeds of that auction will go to support Officer Horan's family. That auction ends at 10 o'clock tonight. Everyone heading back to their positions. A runner on first and second for Juan Montero, who into a double play in this actually very similar situation back in the second. Turner at second and Reamer at first. First pitch to Montero here is a changeup low. Ball 1-0 count. And that was a pitch low that you hope Montero would go after and make contact to induce a double play. Oliver has pitched once in this series, 1-0. Swung at a slider low, 1-1. He went 2 innings back on the 13th when the Grasshoppers fell to Greenville 7-4. Came in and relieved Chang. 1-1. Goes high, 2-1. He went 2 innings. He had 2 hits and 2 runs, which only 1 was earned, but he did strike out 2 and walk 1. Two-one. That's high. Now a 3-1 count, and he is in danger of walking bases loaded with no outs. A native of Illinois. The 3-1 fouled off into the netting, and now a payoff pitch due up here. Right now, the Hoppers pitching staff just trying to do something to get an out. They have struggled to get the first out in each of the last 3 innings. The pitch. Ball 4, bases loaded. And we're back to the 9-hole hitter, Feliz, who struck out to end the second. Turner is at third. Reamer is at second. Montero is at first. And Albert Feliz will step up now. It was 20 RBIs on the season, but he can add a few more with the infield playing normal depth, except for Callan Moss, who is playing in the grass. And Feliz swings through a changeup. Strike 1 and 0-1 count. He tried to clear the bases right there with 1 swing. Oh, 1. And he tried to do it again. This one a curveball even further inside. 0-2 the count. Grasshoppers down 5-1. Drive trying to make it even worse here in the 4th. 0-2. Swing and a miss, and Feliz on 3 consecutive pitches goes down. Not a single one of those pitches were in the strike zone either that he chased after. That'll bring up Franklin Arias, who has walked each of the last 2 times. Arias with 45 RBIs on the season. Was 1 for 5 yesterday. Reached on 2 errors. The pitch. That one a slider that misses low. 1-0 the count as Carmichael will get a new ball here to give to Oliver, who spent a season at Miami, Ohio to end his college career. Spent time also at Wichita State, Wabash Valley, and TCU. 1-0. Arias goes after a slider low and inside, 1-1. Here in the top of the 4th. As the inning goes along, we'll try to get you an out-of-town scoreboard, but right now, a little bit of a high-pressure situation. 1-1. Arias hits it right to Griffin, flips it to second. That'll end the inning. Bases loaded, no outs, and they get turned away. It's 5-1 going to the bottom of the fourth. Let's get your ad space available trivia questions, shall we? With the Hoppers down 5-1 in the fourth. Since the implementation of the MLB luxury tax in 2003, which team has won the most World Series? The Dodgers, the Red Sox, the Giants, or the Cardinals? Since the implementation of the MLB's luxury tax in 2003, what team has won the most World Series? Dodgers, Red Sox, Giants, or Cardinals? I'll get you the answer to that in the bottom of the fifth. That question came around because I saw a video that was saying about how the Yankees have only won one title since then. Kind of made me think. But anyway, Connor Griffin, the two-hole hitter, is up now. Hopper's trying to capitalize on the momentum. After the top of the inning looked like it was going to be a disaster as Griffin's down 0-1. The drive had bases loaded, no outs. As Griffin hits this one into center, going after it is Taylor, and Taylor on the run, able to get there. Griffin with another hard contact, but he hit it right to someone this time. I'll bring up Lonnie White Jr., what was brought to my attention called the Noble Tiger. No outs, bases loaded, ending with team incapable of getting easy runs. That's what happened in the top of the fourth. And White Jr. swings through that one, 0-1. Connor Oliver was able to get the strikeout himself with Feliz, and then Arias lined it right to Griffin, and he was able to flip it to second for the out. Then White Jr. down 0-2 now, and Lonnie White Jr., a heck of an athlete, trying to put it together here in the minor leagues. We mentioned a few times he was originally committed to be a 4-star wide receiver to Penn State, and then forgoed that to sign with the Pirates when he was drafted in the competitive balance round B. Down 0-2, here's the pitch. And he fouls it up and out of play. We will do it again. If you're the Hoppers here, though, you do have to kind of try to capitalize on something. Because now that momentum, 0-2 here, White Jr. just barely gets a piece of that one and pops it up into foul territory where the first baseman, Feliz, is able to grab it. Well, the thing about momentum is it can switch often and it'll switch quickly on you. It's one thing to have on your side but you cannot rely on it. Callan Moss, who has been the only hit of this game for the Grasshoppers when he went the long ball right over dead center and cleared the batter's eye. Which, if you're wondering how tall the batter's eye is, if you look at the apartment building right behind center field, it goes up to about the third floor before it ends. The 0-1, and that will be hit into right. A single for Callan Moss. Second hit of the day. And he is the only offense that the Hoppers have been able to produce so far. Outside of his two at-bats, and everyone else has just gone down. Either swinging or putting contact, but he's the only guy to reach. That'll bring up Easton Carmichael. Hoppers needing some two-out magic. Sandstone, first pitch to Carmichael, is a slider high and inside that he swings at 0-1. Carmichael in his fifth game as a Grasshopper, batting .125. 0-1. That one misses high, 1-1. Carmichael, the number 20 prospect in the organization, a third-round pick in this past draft. A multi-generational Sooner, as that one will be hit towards third and thrown across the diamond. Carmichael will be out. Hoppers leave one stranded. It's 5-1 going to the fifth. Back for the top of the fifth. Drive up 5-1. Hoppers down big, but quite honestly, could be a lot worse. Drive at bases loaded, no outs. Back in the top of the fourth. But we're not able to score. Connor Oliver turned him away. And now let's see what he can do here in the fifth. He's at 23 pitches, and he misses with the fastball high to Mason White, who has flown out to left field twice. Just over the hour mark of this game at 3:10, the 1-0. In there, 1-1. Clouds starting to become a little more commonplace here throughout the game, as when we started, a lot more blue in the sky, 1-1. We'll miss 2-1, and now we kind of see the puffy cotton balls placed along the backdrop here. Oliver deals the 2-1. And that'll miss. 3-1 the count. go ahead and get you a look around the Pirates organization. Not a busy day. Only 3 other minor league games as the 3-1 swung through. Counts gone full. Top of the 9th, Bradenton and Palm Beach tied at 2. The Marauders on the road there. Top of the 8th, Indianapolis on the road down to Scranton Wilkes-Barre, 7-2. Payoff pitch back up the middle. That'll get through into center field, or White Jr. will have to pick it up off the grass, and that is a leadoff single. Every inning so far, the Drive have gotten the first guy on. Arias walked in the first. Garcia singled in the second. In the third, it was another Arias walk. In the fourth, Turner singled. And now in the fifth, White singles. That'll bring up Nelly Taylor Jr. He is 0 for 2, both striking out on full counts. Oliver takes a look and now throws the first pitch. That'll be a fastball that misses, ball 1, a 1-0 count. In the late game today, in the organization, Altoona is on the road at Richmond. First pitch for the Curve at 5:05. 1-0. It's in there 1-1. Pirates and the Cubs playing a rubber match. Pirates won the first game 3-2. Cubs won yesterday 3-1. Right now in the top of the 4th, they are tied at 1 apiece. As the 1-1 misses, 2-1. Carmen Woldzinski going for the Pirates on the mound. 2-1. This one hit, right through the first baseman, Moss, and it'll go into right field. Moss did his best attempt at trying to knock it down, just got through him. Now runners on first and second. Going to bring up Johan Ferran Garcia, 2 for 2 with 2 runs and 2 RBIs, including that 2-run homer he hit in the third to push the lead to 5-1 for the Drive. Easton Carmichael going to go out there and talk to Connor Oliver here. And I know you got out the last inning with bases loaded, no outs, and didn't give up a run, but I don't really know if you want to tempt fate to try to do it twice. Do you? Maybe? I don't know. Garcia. Now ready to take his first swings here against Oliver. And the first pitch he gets is a fastball well outside, ball 1, a 1-0 count. It was for the Pirates, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa that came in to score when Spencer Horwitz knocked him in for the RBI. Ian Happ hit a solo shot for the Cubs as Garcia cranks one high into left field, but about medium deep, where Doomy True able to get underneath it for the first out. So that'll bring up Friley Encarnacion. 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer back in the second. At the time, gave the Drive a 2-0 lead. Now he steps up with runners on first and second, 1 away. First pitch to Encarnacion. That bounces in front of the plate. Ball 1, a 1-0 count. Also got word Jared Bayless has been promoted up to Indianapolis. So he's going from Greensboro straight to AAA. As the 1-0 will miss 2-0. Here, Greenville up 5-1 on Greensboro. Connor Oliver checks second and now goes over to second. And just getting the ball is Castillo. No chance at tagging anybody It'll be the first disengagement of the Encarnacion at bat. Wind blowing straight out of left field right now. And what is the final day game here at home for the Grasshoppers this season? 2-0. Encarnacion with a drive into left field, or center field rather. White Jr. gets underneath it and will keep the runner at bay. No tag from White to try to take third. 2 away. Will Turner will step up now when the Hoppers return to take on Wilmington at the end of the month. All 6 of those games currently scheduled for 6:30. 2 outs, 2 on for the lefty Will Turner. It was 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a pitch clock violation going to go against Oliver. So the runners will have to go back to first and second as they had started to go for second and third. It's a 1-0 count. And Oliver a little lucky that he got that pitch clock violation. Takes a look at second, the 1-0, and that's well outside 2-0. Bottom of the 5th will get you the answer to the trivia question, but we got an out to get before we can do so. Pitch number 40 of Connor Oliver's relief effort, and this one hit deep into right. Taylor looking up because that ball is gone. The 3rd home run of the day by the Greenville Drive makes this an 8-1 ball game. Turner, his 3rd home run with the drive, and he picks up his 14th RBI of the season. 2 outs, it's 8-1. Blake Butler has seen enough. Oliver's day is done, and a new pitcher will come in when we come back. Peyton Stumbo now out there for just his 2nd appearance out of the pen, making his 9th overall. He has made 7 starts. As his first pitch here to Justin Reamer is inside ball 1. He's gone 28 innings, a 3.21 ERA, an 0-2 record, and a 2.20 batting average against. The 1-0 pitch. That's in there, 1-1. 22 hits, 11 runs, 23 strikeouts to 10 walks, and 111 batters faced. Oliver's day is done with the 1-1 pitch here by Stumbo, missing 2-1. Oliver went an inning and 2/3, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, which were earned. He walked 2, struck out 1, gave up 1 home run, threw the ball 40 times, and faced 13 batters. 2-1. That's in there. 2-2, and now Stumbo, a guy that is a starter. I mean, you're down 7 here if you're the Grasshoppers. Just let him go until you make it close again, maybe. 2-2. Strike 3 looking. And Reamer not happy about it, but that'll end the 5th. 8-1. Drive up on the Hoppers. Welcome back in the bottom of the 5th. Drive pulling away from this one 8-1 on the Grasshoppers. Let's get you our ad space available trivia question answer. Since the implementation of the MLB luxury tax in 2003, which team has won the most World Series? Your answers: the Dodgers, the Red Sox, the Giants, or the Cardinals. If you guessed B, the Boston Red Sox, you would be correct. They have won 4. The next closest was the Giants with 3. As Sansone out here throws the first pitch of the inning for a strike to Kaner Delgado. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That one swung through. Now it's 0-2 to Delgado. Sox won in 0-4 with a 4-game sweep over the Cardinals. 0-7 with a 4-game sweep over the Rockies. Then in 2013, and 6 games versus the Cardinals. In 2018, 5 games versus the Dodgers. So of those 4 World Series wins since the luxury tax, Boston and the World Series they won, 16-3 combined. 0-2 to Delgado. That goes high 1-2. And their high A affiliate right now taking it to baseball's best record in the Greensboro Grasshoppers. 1-2. Delgado hits this one foul. Count will remain. The Giants was the team, when I initially saw this, that I thought was going to be the team that had the most. Because they had that early 2010s where it was like, all right, it's an even year. As Delgado hits this one into left, coming in on it is Reamer and Taylor will be the one to actually catch it for the first out. That is Doomy True will step up now. But there was that early portion of the 2010s where it was like, all right, 2010 Giants win. 2012 Giants win. 2014 Giants win. It's like, all right, even years. So I thought that was going to be the case. I forgot that the Red Sox had won in 2013. Do me true. First pitch he sees, and this AB is in there for a strike, 0-1. 0-1 on the way. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Yeah, that question originally stemmed from I saw a video talking about all the Yankees World Series, and it was, how many of them were before free agency, how many of them were before the luxury tax, all the things like that, has the 0-2. And Do Me True strikes out on 3 pitches. That'll bring up Jared Jones, who came up to begin the third and flew out to left field. Jones off to a rough start here in his professional baseball career, but he's only playing in his 6th game. He's got plenty of time to get this thing figured out. Two outs and no one on for him. And first pitch goes outside, ball 1, a 1-0 count. Former first baseman for the LSU Tigers, drafted this most recent draft. One 0 on the way. And he goes around at it. Yes, he did, said Jared Neal, the field umpire. So it is 1-1. And Jared Jones and Connor Griffin, it looked like they were going to be teammates in college, as Griffin was originally committed to LSU before getting drafted by the Pirates. 1-1. That one popped up and out of play. It'll be 1-2. And while you do see guys decide, no, I'll go ahead and go to college after getting drafted, you normally see that with guys that are drafted in the later rounds, not someone who is drafted 9th overall like Connor Griffin. Sandstone, his 30th pitch of the relief effort here with the 1-2. And Jones pops it up foul, same spot again. So the count will remain. Speaking of the draft, I saw a very interesting story this past week about Ken Griffey Jr. and the draft story with him, as Jared Jones is continuing to battle here. And the 1-2. And Jones will now have a 2-2 count. It was basically talking about there was actually an internal struggle inside the Mariners organization about whether or not they should draft Ken Griffey first overall. 2-2. And Jones, did he go around at it? He did not. Count's gone full to Jared Jones. But the Mariners, there was a little bit of a struggle. Has a payoff pitch on the way, and Jones fouls it off because they weren't really sure they wanted to draft a high school kid at that point in time. They were looking to go for, a college player that would kind of help the organization right away. But I think they made the right call there. Payoff pitch on the way to Jared Jones. And that goes high. He will walk. So he'll walk. That'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Jesus Castillo, as Jones is just the second Grasshopper player to touch first base. Callan Moss 2 for 2 on the day. Now Jones with a walk. Pitch there for Castillo, a strike, 0-1. Castillo fouls this one off 0-2. The owner of the Mariners at the time, George Argros, wanted to draft Mike Harkey, a college pitcher, instead of Ken Griffey Jr. as the count is 1-2. So they actually, what they had to do, Dick Balderson, who was the general manager, had to go and get all the scouting numbers for Griffey inflated to try to make it clear to the owner that Griffey was the clear choice. As the 1-2 is on the way here to Castillo, he'll strike out swinging. We'll tell you more about the draft story of Ken Griffey Jr. after this when we come back. Juan Montero up to bat now in the top of the sixth. Drive up 8-1. Stumbo firing the first pitch that'll miss outside, ball 1-0 count. I was telling you about Ken Griffey Jr. though. The owner wanted to draft Mike Harkey, a college pitcher, but the GM basically had to go and pump up the numbers, not really the numbers, but the scouting report, even further on Ken Griffey Jr. just because the owner did not want to draft a high school player. He thought Mike Harkey could be more of a difference in an immediate impact to the Mariners organization. As the 1-1 misses 2-1, so they had to bump it up and eventually convince the owner that no, Junior was the correct draft pick. But here's the real fun part. The Pirates had the second overall pick as the 2-1 fouled up and out of play, 2-2, which means if they would have drafted Mike Harkey, who ended up going to the Cubs and having a decent career, that would have meant Ken Griffey Jr. probably gets paired up with Barry Bonds in Pittsburgh. 2-2. That will miss somewhere, says the umpire. Count's gone full. And the umpire looks over to the Greensboro dugout, and I'm pretty sure that's probably because someone said, hey, that's actually well in the zone. Payoff pitch hit down the right field line, and that one is foul. So we'll do it again. But could you imagine that? Ken Griffey Jr. and Barry Bonds playing together in Pittsburgh. As that will be a walk. So, 6 innings, 6 leadoff men aboard for the drive. Granted, this one a blown call by the umpire on strike 3 there. The other ones are all earned. That'll bring up Albert Feliz. And Blake Butler arguing from the dugout there, and the home plate umpire, Brooks Pritchett, says a few things and then just puts his mask back on and gets ready to resume play. Feliz first pitch hit deep into left field, and that one will leave the yard again. Well, Feliz was 0 for 2, but 2-run homers tend to be the way to go for the Drive today. Their third of the game. Encarnacion had one in the second. Garcia had one in the third, and then Feliz has one here in the sixth. It's 10-1. Drive over Hoppers. Franklin Arias up now. No outs, no one on. Drive already plated 2 in the inning. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. This isn't really that story wasn't to really take away anything from Mike Harkey, as Arias with another shortstop on shortstop crime. He has lined it out to his counterpart twice now. Mason White will step up. Harkey, who played for the Cubs had his cup of coffee in '88 and then played from 90 to 93. Went with the Cubs, the Rockies, the Athletics, the Angels, and the Dodgers. He had a 36-36 record and a career ERA of 4.49. He's actually on the Yankees coaching staff right now. 1-0. This one hit high into right. Taylor will stop shy of the warning track and catch it for the second out. Well, the Drive, after losing the last 3, taking a little bit of frustration out on the Grasshoppers. I don't know if they got to do batting practice today, but they're certainly doing batting practice here through the first 6 innings. 10 hits, 10 runs, 3 homers. Ellie Taylor Jr. now. He watches the first pitch in there for a strike. He's 1 for 3 with a single and a run, 2 strikeouts. And that one's in there, 0-2. So, 0-2 to Taylor, and he barely fouls that one off. And Stumbo now at 20 pitches. (0-2). And that one outside. They didn't get him to chase after it. 1-2. Hoppers not on offense nor pitching have been able to get it going today, as Taylor hits that one foul. 1-2. Just 2 hits and 1 run compared to 10-10 for the Drive here on a getaway day. As a "Let's Go Hoppers" chant started by a fan or two here. Sizable crowd for a Sunday, but they haven't gotten much to get excited about, as the count's now 2-2 to Taylor. And some bad news for the Grasshoppers as well on the scoreboard front, as the 2-2 misses high. 3-2. Hudson Valley has taken the lead in the bottom of the 6th, now in the top of the 7th, 1-0 over Aberdeen. Payoff pitch, and that'll miss to Taylor. He will take first base. So he'll walk, and Johan Fran Garcia, who is 2 for 3 on the day with 2 runs and 2 RBIs, will step up. The good news comes for the Drive, though. Not only are they up 10-1, But Rome is up on Bowling Green 7-4. And Brooklyn is up on Hub City 1-0. The pitch to Garcia, that goes outside. Ball 1, a 1-0 count. Stumbo comes to rest in the 1-0. Garcia swings through it. Back pick attempt to first, and Moss just has to eat it. He got the throw down there well in time, did Carmichael, but Moss had to eat it as it bounced up into him. As the home plate umpire going to get a new handful of balls here from the ball boy. And now we're ready to resume play at 1-1. That's in there, 1-2. Grasshoppers in danger of losing what would be their third Sunday game in the last 4 attempts. And 4 in the last 6. 1-2. This one fouled up and over my head. Count will remain. Getaway days have not been the kindest to the Grasshoppers. As the 1-2 popped up into right field, and going over for it is Taylor and catching it at the line. That'll end the inning. Drive tack on 2 more, and they're running away here in the bottom of the 6th we go. It's 10-1. That'll bring up Will Taylor here in the bottom of the 6th. Sansone's still out there. He only had 38 pitches. And Taylor, top of the order, 0 for 2 on the day, and he's ahead in the count here, 1-0, as that slider missed outside. Ball 1, 1-0 count. Clouds continuing to move overhead as the 1-0 in there, 1-1. Starting to get a little bit of a shade darker with each round of clouds that come in. We're nearing the 4 o'clock hour at 3:44. 1-1. And Taylor swings through it 1-2. Taylor going to call his time here. After this, the Grasshoppers go on the road to Bowling Green, who might be in second place of the division in the South. after today's results if everything stays the same. 1-2. Taylor hits this one along the ground. Arias picks it up at short, bobbles the ball, and Taylor will reach safely. So Taylor gets it started off in the 6th. Now reaching base for Connor Griffin. Griffin struck out and then lined out to center field. Is 0 for 2, and that'll be ruled an E6 as Arias bobbled the ball. Griffin stepping up. And he fouls that one towards the third base dugout of the Grasshoppers, rather. It's 0-1. Griffin awaiting the 0-1, and here's the pitch. This one down foul, the third base side. Blake Butler over there at third. Stephanie Lombardo at first, her final game with the Grasshoppers before going up to Minnesota to be a Golden Gopher on the softball coaching staff there. Counts 2-2. Sorry, 1-2 rather to Griffin. The pitch. And a little swing that'll get into right field. Taylor will stop at second. And Connor Griffin just able to take that one and go the opposite direction. And to bring up Lonnie White Jr. And Garcia out, giving signals defensively. White Jr. popped up each of the 2 times he's been at the plate, once to the catcher and once to the first baseman. Has had himself a nice series in this one so far. And first pitch, he lines into left. That one will be fair in the corner. That'll score Taylor. They'll hold Griffin at third. He goes through the stop sign. Griffin is safe at home. I don't think he ever looked up to even see Blake Butler point him to the bag. And as a result, Lonnie White Jr. has got a 2 RBI double. Griffin going first to home with ease. So it's 10-3 Hoppers here as Callan Moss, who is 2 for 2 on the day, will step up now. Well, you're going to start a rally. Now's the time to do it. Still no outs. And Moss, the reigning South Atlantic League Player of the Week, has already homered in this game, and he hits this one along the ground. Arias scoops it up and will throw Moss out at first, but White Jr. advances to third. One away, and Easton Carmichael will step up now. Carmichael coming up with a runner on. He is 0 for 8 in this series. Looking for his third hit as a Hopper. And he takes a pitch outside, ball 1, a 1-0 count. I want to change up. Lefty on righty matchup. 1-0 on the way. And Carmichael hits this one deep into left. Reamer going back. Reamer at the wall. Reamer leaping up, and that ball is gone. A 2-run homer for Easton Carmichael. His first professional home run. And he strikes the Hoppers back to within a little bit more closer of a distance. The drive that's going to get the pitching coach, Bob Kipper, out of his seat as it's 10-5. We'll take a look at the GSOhoppers.com /auction where you can see the jersey right there on the bottom of your screen. Last night, the Hoppers wore those jerseys on PMI night to honor fallen officer Michael Horan. You can go bid on those game-worn jerseys at that auction, GSOhoppers.com /auction, and the proceeds of that will go to benefit fallen officer Horan's family. Auction ends at 10 o'clock tonight. Hoppers, with one out, have plated 4 in the inning. And as a result, are only getting doubled up, 10-5. Kaner Delgado will step up now with someone starting to warm up in the drive pen. And Delgado watches that one go outside, ball 1-0 count. On the way, and Delgado fouls it up and into the upper decks here, 1-1. Sansone, the 1-1, and Delgado swings through it 1-2. And that is the little bit of a issue with a home run when you're down this much, is it kind of resets the inning. You don't have the constant pressure that a base runner applies. Now, don't get me wrong, you take a home run when you get a home run, especially for a guy like Carmichael. You hadn't had one yet. 1-2. And Delgado foul tips out as that one was caught 2 away. Titus Dumitru will step up now. He steps into the righty box. He's 0 for 2. Pitch here to him, and that one is going to be a changeup outside, called a strike. 0-1. And that one in there, a slider right over the heart of the plate. 0-2 now. And it looks like, in fact, no one is going to be warming up in the drive pen. A few players got up, but they're just stretching right now. 0-2 to Dumitru. The pitch, and that goes high. 1-2 the count. Dumitru, a trade acquisition there this year, but not at the deadline. That one came early. He bounces this one to Arias. Arias fires across the diamond, and that'll end the inning. Hoppers strike for 4, but they're still down big, 10-5 going to the late stages. Top of the 7th, drive up 10-5 on the Hoppers. Stumbo out there, 30 pitches in so far. And Friley Encarnacion, who is 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer, is at the plate right now. First pitch to him from Stumbo will miss, ball 1, a 1-0 count. The drive working on going through the order for the 4th time already this game as the 1-0 comes in, and that hits Encarnacion up in the helmet area. And he is going to walk around the on-deck circle, or actually rather the batter's circle, and head on down to first. Well, for the 7th consecutive inning, the drive had a leadoff man on. A walk, a single, a walk, a single, a single, a walk, and now a hit by pitch. Will Turner at the dish. He is 3 for 3, 2 singles, and a home run. A 3-run homer back in the 5th. And now he has got himself a 2-0 count. Turner awaits the 2-0 here, and the pitch hit high into the first base side where Moss is underneath it, and Moss dropped it. Oh my. 2-1. Now the count on a pop-up that was just dropped by Moss on the first base side. Hoppers can't buy anything defensively the past 2 days. The 2-1 rather is in the dirt. 3-1 now the count. Sorry, 2-2 now the count. Two from Stumbo here. That goes high. Count's gone full. And that does not go in the scorebook as an error, but that goes down as a mental error. A few that the Hoppers had as that one gets away from Carmichael. And it'll be runners on first and second. Matt Meyer is going to go talk to Peyton Stumbo here. No one warming up in the Grasshoppers pen at the moment. Well, it looks like there is some shuffling around out there, so someone must be getting ready soon as Justin Reamer is coming up with 2 on and no outs. And Stumbo has lost control here in the beginning of this 7th inning. As we approach the 2-hour mark. Reminder that the Hoppers wore a specialty uniform yesterday, a part of PMI night that honored fallen officer Michael Horan. You can bid on those jerseys at gsohoppers.com/auction, and the proceeds of that auction will go to benefit his family. Matt Myers back to the dugout. Everyone back in their position, no outs. Encarnacion at second, Turner at first for Justin Reamer. Stumbo, the pitch, and that one will go outside. Ball 1-1-0 count. That is now 39 pitches for the normal starter of the Grasshoppers. One-0. And that one right down the pipe, 1-1. Hoppers will go to Bowling Green after this. Host Wilmington. And the Blue Rocks and the final regular season homestand of 2025 before going on the road to Hudson Valley in a pivotal matchup as it's really become a two-horse race in the North Division. The Hoppers and the Renegades for that final playoff spot with Brooklyn, despite being in last place and having one of the worst records overall in the second half of the season, is in the playoffs because they won the first half. Raymer going to call his time here with a 2-2 count. Stumbo ready to deal with the 2-2 now. The pitch. And that'll miss. Count's gone full. Good news for the Drive. Rome defeated Bowling Green 7-4. And again, top of the eighth, Brooklyn's still up on Hub City 1-0. So at the end of the day, the Drive could be alone atop the South Division. As that pitch will miss, the count's gone full and bases are juiced with no outs. At this point in time, if you're Stumbo, you find out what you're made of. You're at 44 pitches. You have bases loaded in the seventh. You're down 5. You're facing the 8-hole hitter in Juan Montero. And this is where you can actually do a lot to prove to not only yourself, the coaching staff, but the organization. As Stumbo will miss with the first pitch, a curveball in the dirt in the other side of the box. It's 1-0. Wind blowing straight out of left field. Temperature at 86 degrees. We started at 90. As we're into the 4 o'clock hour. 1-0. And this one hit into medium deep left field. Doomy True running in on it, but then Connor Griffin calls him off and throws it in time to send the runner back to third. Well, I thought the play would be to let Doomy True get that and try to use his momentum to throw the runner out at the plate, but Connor Griffin, flat-footed, turned around and threw the ball in on a line to the cutoff man Delgado and held the runners in scoring position, and Blake Butler is going to go out and take the ball from Peyton Stumbo. New pitcher coming on. Stumbo's day is done. We'll get you the numbers on both when we return. Alexis Torres out there now making his second appearance with the Hoppers. Went 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, struck out 3 and walked 1 of the 8 batters he faced in his first game, which was against the Drive earlier in this series, as the first pitch to Albert Feliz goes outside. Ball 1-0 count. Bases are juiced for Feliz, the 9-hole hitter. With Reamer standing on first, Turner on second, and Encarnacion at third, 1 away. The count's 2-0. Torres, last time we saw him on that 18th. That was his first appearance. As that 2-1 fouled off, or 2-0 fouled off to make it 2-1. Stumbo went an inning and 2/3, went up 1 hit, 2 runs which were earned, walked 4 and struck out 1 of the 13 batters he faced. Gave up 1 home run and threw the ball 46 times. 2-1 on the way, and that'll miss high. 3-1 now the count. Torres in danger of walking a run across the plate. Hoppers struck for 4 in the bottom of the 6th, but here in the top of the 7th. Looks like Greenville's trying to do some damage some more. 3-1. And Feliz fouls it off of himself. Count's gone full. And Feliz taking a moment to walk this one off. It got him right on, it's like the outside foot. And now going out there to check on him as well is the Drive's athletic trainer, Kelsey Brandstetter. And he's taking a long test to see what he can do with this front foot. William Carroll, the manager and third base coach, talking to him as well, and he's got the bat back. Look like he's ready to go. He's back in the box. And all right, payoff pitch, 1 out, bases juiced. Here it is from Alexis Torres. And he missed way outside, ball 4, and that'll make it an 11-5 ball game. Feliz gets an RBI on that as well. Encarnacion in to score, Turner to third, Reamer to second, and Feliz to first. Back to the top of the order with Franklin Arias. Arias, number 24 prospect overall, 1 in the Red Sox organization. 0 for 2 with 2 walks, and each time he's hit the ball, he's lined out to Connor Griffin. Now he's got an 0-1 count here. 0-1, and he swings through at 0-2. Arias digs back in the lefty box. And time going to be called by him. He steps back into the box now and ready to resume with an 0-2 count. Torres with the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he gets Arias with a strikeout. Two away for Mason White. White 1 for 4 on the day, a single and a run. As the Driver going through the lineup for the 5th time. That one in there for a strike at 91.5. 0-1. Oh, 1. 0-2 now. As White swings through it. That one a curveball just inside. O2 on the way. And that a sinker outside. They try to get White to go after, and he could not do it. One-two on the way here to White, and Torres with the pitch. That one hit along the first base line, just foul as it went on the opposite side of the bag at the last second. Counter remained 1-2. Talked earlier when Mason White was up at the dish that the University of Arizona, well known for their baseball program as well as their basketball program. And our trivia question was about the Boston Red Sox. Terry Francona, who was the manager of those Red Sox squads, at least for the first two, played his college ball at the U of A, where he's actually a Golden Spikes winner as well. That one fouled off. It remains 1-2. Terry Francona, not in the Hall of Fame, but will be a Hall of Fame manager. The 1-2. White strikes out looking. Not happy about that one, but it was a slider on the inside stripe. And he will be set down looking. It's 11-5 going into the stretch. Jared Jones making his way to the plate. Bottom of the 7th. Hoppers down by 6. Jones 0 for 11. Actually 0 for 13 in this series as he swings through that one. 0-1. Sanson still out there now. Sanson at 60 pitches was originally slated as a potential starter for this game. Jones has that hit off of the back of the pitcher's arms, and he picks up his first hit of the series. Hit that one right back up the middle, and immediately Liam Carroll and not only Liam Carroll as well as Kelsey Brandstatter, but Bob Kipper going to go out there and check on the pitcher. He's already waved him off and said he's good to go. He's at 61 pitches. Jones having that one lined right back up to him. And that'll bring up Jesus Castillo. Hoppers did plate 4 in the bottom of the 6th. Drive got one back, and Sansone says, I'm good. Go back to the dugout. All right, we're going to word that for the drive. It'll be the number 28, Danny Kerwin, warming up in the pen. Castillo, the 9-hole hitter up. So if the Hoppers are going to continue to make a dent in this, they're in a good spot to do it as Castillo fouls that one off. 0-1. Castillo 0 for 2 on the day. The 0-1 pitch, and this one a chopper back to the pitcher who throws it to second, and on the one hop, they get Jones out at second. He spiked it in the dirt, but thankfully for Samson, his second baseman White was able to play that one. Otherwise, it would have been an error on him. One away. And Castillo on first for Will Taylor, who reached on an air in the sixth and was scored on a Lonnie White Jr. 2 RBI double. Here's the pitch to Will Taylor. That goes high. Ball 1, a 1-0 count. Taylor, former Clemson Tiger, with a 1-0. And he swings through that one 1-1. Right now, the Ironbirds are down to their final strike against Hudson Valley, down 1-0 in the top of the ninth. And right now, at the plate is Nate George with a 2-2 count. 1-1 here. Will Taylor shows bunt, gets it down the third base line, and man, does he place him perfectly. Runners on first and second. With one away now for Connor Griffin. Well, you don't have a 6-run play, but you can chip away at it, and that's what the Hoppers are trying to do when they scored 4 in the bottom of the last inning. And now trying to score some more here in the bottom of the 7th. They will have to do so because Hudson Valley just defeated Aberdeen 1-0. Sansone with a pitch to Connor Griffin here, and Griffin goes after a changeup high and out of the zone. It's 0-1. Well, after Aberdeen no-hit Hudson Valley yesterday, Hudson Valley 1 hits the Ironbirds today. 0-1 to Connor Griffin. Griffin fouls this up into the sweets, and it's 0-2. If you're the Hoppers here, you feel like you got to at least play 2 to keep momentum going. The former National Gatorade Player of the Year back into the box. You're going to have to try to battle with the 0-2, the pitch, and he swings at a high changeup for the strikeout. So, 2 away and 2 on for Lonnie White Jr., who had a 2 RBI double and also scored. Back in the last inning, and he watches the first pitch come inside. Ball 1, a 1-0 count. Sansone at 70 pitches now, and White Jr. swings through a low changeup 1-1 now. At 35 RBIs. Trying to get some more. Trying to get the Hoppers to inch closer in this one. 1-1. And White Jr. takes his slider inside. 2-1 now. Just got to keep moving the baton here. 2-1. White Jr. fouls it off. 2-2. Find a way to keep moving it to the next batter. Sansone a strike away from getting out of this. 2-2. White Jr. pops it up foul and out of play. He'll get another one here. Former Malvern Prep product. As Taylor Swift's 22 plays with number 22 in the box. The 2-2. And he strikes out. They leave 2 stranded, 1 in scoring position. It's 11-5 going to the 8th. Top of the 8th. Drive up 11-5 on the Grasshoppers. And the drive have coming up Nellie Taylor, the 3-hole hitter. Johan Fran Garcia, then Friley Encarnacion. Taylor, who is 1 for 3 on the day with a single, a walk, and a run to his credit, will face Alexis Torres here. And that pitch will miss again right at the bottom of the zone. Torres with the 1-0. And that one, a curveball in the upper third, called a strike, 1-1. One on the way. This one hit by Taylor right to Castillo at second, and Castillo will throw it to first in time for the first out of the inning. And it took till the 8th, but finally the Hoppers get a leadoff man out. Johan Fran Garcia, who started the day 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs and 2 home runs, has flown out to left field each of his last 2 appearances. Righty on righty matchup with a cool breeze starting to blow through the stadium here. And that pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Looks like Kerwin is no longer warming up in the drive pin, so he might either be ready or Sansone might come out for another one. It's an 0-2 count here to Garcia. Torres now at 20 pitches. And Garcia going to call his time. Take a look at the apartment building behind the First National Bank field, and you can see their rooftop pool as the 0-2 pitch. Garcia, a foul tip, and that one goes off of Carmichael, and he goes down to crouched position. Count remain 0-2. But you look at the pool up there, and there's a bunch of people in the residency that are up there right now. This would be a perfect day to have a pool. Be able to sit out there, especially right now. Sit out there, be able to watch some baseball at the pool. Sure, a nice cold drink in your hand. 0-2 count here to Garcia. Yes, there you go. You can see the pool. I'll tell you what, I don't know what the rent is at that place, but I would pay rent to be able to see a ballpark from my apartment. As the 0-2 has popped up, and that one's going to go into shallow left center, and calling everyone off is White Jr. 2 away. Bring up Friley Encarnacion. Encarnacion is 1 for 3, hit by a pitch, 2 runs, and 2 RBIs. As he left the yard with a 2-run homer, the first of 3 2-run homers at the drive hit today. They left the yard a total of 4 times. Torres, the pitch, that goes outside, ball 1-0 count. Yeah, think about it. You'll be able to live in an apartment building with a perfect view of a baseball stadium. Absolutely, I'd take that. 10 times out of 10. 1-0 on the way. I don't miss a 2-0 count. Like growing up in Columbus, attended a lot of Ohio State games at Ohio Stadium. One of the dorms used to be able to see right into the stadium. As a 2-0 in there now, 2-1. And I think they did eventually, the university, catch on that. I think on Saturdays they said you weren't allowed to have family visitors, as the 2-1 now runs to 3-1 because people whose dorms would just face into the stadium they would their family would just come visit, and they'd, instead of buying a ticket, watch the game in the dorm room as this one hit along the ground to Castillo at second, and that will end the inning. For the first time today, the Drive go 3 up, 3 down. Bottom 8th, Grasshoppers down 6. Noah Dean out there now, the 24-year-old. He's making his 18th appearance, has made 15 starts as well. A whip of 167, a batting average against a 227, and 56 and 2/3 inning of work, a 6.04 ERA, and he's facing Callan Moss right now, who takes a pitch inside, ball 1, a 1-0 count. 48 hits, 46 runs, but only 36 of those were earned. Has been taken deep 8 times, which is tied for the most of any Drive pitcher. 73 strikeouts to 46 walks and 269 batters faced. And now it's a 1-1 count to Moss. Sandstone's day is done. He went 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, 1 home run on 75 pitches and 23 batters faced. He is in line to get the win. Moss down 1-2 in the count, going to call his time here. And Framie De Leon playing out in third base here in the bottom of the 8th. Moss, Carmichael, then Delgado. 1-2, Moss, chopper towards second, where that will be grabbed by White, and the out at first is in time. That'll bring up Easton Carmichael. And Carmichael hit his first professional home run in his last at-bat to get the Hoppers at the time within 5 as ahead in the count 1-0. Lefty on righty matchup, and the pitch here is hit along the ground towards third. De Leon scoops it and fires across 2 away. Someone is warming up in the Hoppers pen. Can't quite see who it is, but earlier it was Jacob Deese up and moving around. As Kaner Delgado, with 2 outs and no one on here in the bottom of the 8th, will come up. The pitch, and Delgado watches it come inside. Ball 1-1 count. Well, each Grasshopper batter has gotten ahead in the count 1-0, and then promptly grounded out to the infield, and Delgado check swing, and that one hops into first base dugout of the drive. 1-1, 95 miles an hour there from Noah Dean. Dean went to college at Old Dominion. As the 1-1, Delgado hits into shallow right. Turner coming in on it. 3 up, 3 down go the Hoppers. Going to the 9th. Drive up 11-5. That'll bring up Jacob Deese, the 25-year-old coming on here, relieving Alexis Torres. Deese facing Will Turner here. First pitch will miss. Ball 1. 32 2/3 inning of work, a 3.86 ERA, and his 29th appearance. He's got a 7-3 record. 35 hits, 18 runs. That one fouled into the first base dugout again of the drive. 1-1 the count. 18 runs, 27 strikeouts to 11 walks, 276 batting average against, and 143 batters faced. 1-1 in there, 1-2. Torres went an inning and 2/3, gave up no hits, no runs credited to him. He walked one, which gave Stumbo an extra run, and struck out 2, threw the ball 27 times, and faced 6 batters. 1-2 will miss, 2-2. So Stumble's final stat lines was 3 runs all earned. Top of the 9th, the 2-2 will miss, and now the count has run full to Will Turner. Turner is 3 for 3 on the day. 2 singles, a home run, and a walk. Payoff pitch. He hits this one along the round. Callum Moss has a hop into him, and he's able to grab it and go to first. And Will Turner is out for the first time today. That'll bring up Justin Reamer with 2 away. Reamer is 1 for 2, a single with 2 walks. And the first pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. As taking a look at it here, every drive player has reached base safely. And now Reamer down 0-2 in the count. And 0-2, Reamer fouls it off. Count will remain. The only ones that actually haven't had a hit is Arias. And then Montero, who's walked twice. (0-2). That goes outside. 1-2 now the count. Montero is in the on-deck circle, so he'll definitely get a chance. Arias is 3 batters away.